Good afternoon. I'd like to call the meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust to order. First order of business is the minutes of the November 20th, 2018 meeting, and I'd recognize a motion that they be approved.
I move approval.
It's been moved, seconded. We'll vote. Approved. Next is a consent docket, numbers A through F. Recognize a motion to approve them subject to individual consideration.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. We'll vote. Approved. The concurrent docket, there's one item on the concurrence docket. Recognize a motion for approval.
Move the item.
Second.
We'll vote. Approved. We have two items for individual consideration. First is a presentation on the Hefner Water Treatment Plant, lagoons closure, and land restoration. You have the floor.
Thank you, sir. My name is Larry Hare. I'm with the Utilities Engineering Department, and I want to talk to you about what we're doing at the Hefner Treatment Plant and why we are doing it. What you see before you here is one of the residual lagoons that we use at the Hefner Treatment Plant. And a little bit of foreshadowing is the sludge facilities right here. The Hefner Treatment Plant is located on the north side of Lake Hefner. Of course, it brings water from the lake and then treats it and then sends it out. During the treatment process, the residuals, or sludge as we call it, get sent to settle out in one of these three lagoons. And then the water that is on top of the lagoons gets recirculated back to the treatment process. Now that we have installed a new residuals handling facility that allows us to actually process the residuals as they are being produced, these lagoons are now no longer needed, and we would like to have them closed. So we hired Guernsey Engineering to do a closure plan for us and to get a permit from the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality. During the study, they found out that we have approximately 400,000 cubic yards of residuals to remove, or that are located within these three lagoons. After lots of testing on them, there is no contaminants, no arsenic, no heavy metals whatsoever. These are inert materials here. And they also discovered that if they are dried to a 60% solid content, that these could be used, the material could be used as a suitable fill material or a structural fill material. So with that said, what we could do, or the elements within the closure plan, is to dewater the sludge in here as much as possible and then truck them down to a residuals drying area where we will have them laid out in windrows, allowed to dry, and then pick them up and put them back in the lagoon as a fill material to put in the lagoon so that we can close them. As part of the plan, the big thing that has to happen for the North Lagoon here is to get all of the storm water away from it so that we can get water off of this lagoon. And to do that, the engineer has proposed putting in some drainage ditches around here along with a detention pond to capture all that water right there, as well as to install new storm culverts and to widen a ditch here along inside of the soccer fields. We have an access road coming from 122nd in order for the contractor to access it from the north side. And this is a haul route for the residuals to come to the residuals drying area around the soccer fields. And that's basically it in a nutshell.
Can you give us a schedule, Larry?
We are looking to open bid in January and to have the whole thing done by the end of July of 2019.
That's great news. I told the City Council today when we discussed this that I've never been so excited about a bid for a lagoon closure. And in fact, I never thought I'd even talked about it. But this is great news for the CB Cameron soccer fields. It's going to allow us to improve them, to expand them. And so this is a big thing. This is the first step, and hopefully we will soon have new and improved soccer fields.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we need a motion, yeah.
We now need a motion to approve these plans and specifications and be advertised for bids.
I'd move the item.
Is there a second? Moved and seconded. We'll vote. Approved. Are there any items from trustees? General manager report.
Nothing to report at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Are there any citizens to be heard? Seeing none, we're adjourned.